Sorry about that. I almost forgot you guys. Hello YouTube. My name is Emilio Chiyo and I'm gonna tell you guys about this channel and who I am and what I'm about. So right now I'm about to go on my 5-mile run in this beautiful 105-degree weather at 12:30, and I just want to tell you guys what my plan is and how, as a runner, I want to make it to the Olympic trials one day, in the marathon specifically, but overall I just want to get faster. So just come with me and I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. So I just finished my first mile. The reason why I'm wearing a jacket right now is because it helps with heat training. I have a big session in the evening, but I usually do this to elevate my heart rate. But as I was saying, I want to make this channel about, you know, my aspirations in running. Currently my PRs in all my events for the 5K, I ran 14:55 off an injury. And then my PR in the 8K is 24:48. Those are my best PRs. My slower PRs, I've done the 1500. I ran 4:08. And my 10K time was 32:52. And I know I have more to get to the sport. And that's why, as a post-collegiate athlete, I just want to get better, and I know my potential. And yeah, so let's continue this run. I just wanted to point out that, I don't know if you can see that, but that looks like a fire up there in the mountains. But yeah, it kind of sucks out here when it's really hot out. But yeah, so I competed my collegiate career at San Jose State, Minnesota State, Moorhead, College of the Desert, which is a community college out here in the Coachella Valley. And I also did half a semester at St. Mary's College of California. 2 of them were D1 programs. Minnesota State, I did my freshman year, and COD I did my sophomore year. Minnesota State was a D2 program, which I really enjoyed. I just couldn't afford it financially, and there's other problems, but yeah, College of the Desert was okay. I went to state in the 4-mile. Sadly, our program didn't have a track program though, so I competed on my own. And I'll go more into detail about like my collegiate career overall, with each school and reasonings why I left, or I actually graduated from San Jose State. And I tried to do my grad program at St. Mary's, but it was just too expensive. So yeah, but getting ahead of myself, I did my high school career at Legion City High School, and it was a really cool experience. But sadly, our program got cut in 2020 because of COVID, and that was my senior year. So yeah, it was pretty frustrating, but overall, you know, that's another reason why I wanted to continue to run after college, because I just have way more to give, and what better ways to try to go for the Olympic trials and represent my city, my town, and you know, the big stage. And maybe one day I can make the trials, or specifically the marathon. And the reason why I'm so stuck up on the marathon is because I think I'm really built for the marathon, as my dad, he ran in the 1988 Olympic trials in the marathon. So he ran 2:19, and I think it's genetic for me. But yeah, more detail into that part of my life later, with my running career overall and how I got here. But yeah, I can't wait for what's to come. And my first marathon is going to be in December at CIM in Sacramento. But before that, I'm doing a couple other college races, like doing some cross-country races, a couple 5Ks in my valley. But my first race will be August 29th in San Francisco. I'm running the USF invite. And yeah, so I'm more to talk about that, but I'll tell you a little bit more about myself after I get in a couple more miles. Alright, so right now I'm at a little over 2, but overall, and that's kind of getting hot, but that's fine. I'm pretty used to it. So who am I? Like I said, I'm from the Coachella Valley, where they host like Coachella, Stagecoach, all that. But specifically, I'm from Cathedral City, which is really close to Palm Springs. It's about like 10 to 15 minutes away. It's really close. And yeah, like I got into running because growing up, I was born in 2001, and currently I'm 23. But growing up, I would watch my dad. You know, he was like maybe like 45, 50-ish. Right now he's 66 and I'm 23, so like 40s to 50s, I'd watch him like do some half marathons, you know, run really fast. Like, I thought it was unbelievable. He would win his age group times, and as I got older, I got into this fire accident, and well, it was kind of my fault. But basically, I had to like learn how to walk and stuff again, and it just gave me more appreciation to life and being able to just walk. Like, I was in and out of the hospital for like a year. 30% of my body was burned, and you know, it's all an accident. And I was young and naive, but you know, like, we live and we learn, and I learned to be grateful and appreciative and look at the positive things of life. So after that 7th grade year, in 8th grade, I really liked doing the mile. And I remember in my 6th grade year, before I got, you know, into the fire accident, I would try to sprint the first like 100 meters of the mile, and then I die out. And then one day I just remembered, like, I learned to just go at a steady pace, and I finished the mile without like stopping, which I ran like an 8-minute mile my 6th grade year. And then obviously 7th grade, I was in and out of the hospital, and then by 8th grade, I learned how to run the mile properly, and I ran like a 6:16 mile, which it doesn't seem that fast, but you know, coming out of the hospital, it showed me a lot. And you know, a lot of my friends would say, "Oh, you're really fast," and there was kids faster than me, but I just really loved running and I enjoyed it a lot. So I got recruited from my 8th grade year going to my freshman year of high school by, he's like a neighbor friend. He introduced me to cross country, and then from then on, I would like train in the really hot summers. And honestly, I was really terrible my first like summer. I would walk a lot, I would hide in the shade, and then I learned like that everyone was trying just as hard as I was, or harder. And I saw my 2-mile time improve from my first time trial. I ran like 14:40 to 12:31, I think. And so yeah, as a freshman running that, I was really pleased with that. And then my first 3-mile ever, like, I ran 22:30, I think. And then that was a time trial. And then my first race ever on the cross country course, I ran 17:57. And I remember I was like, wow, how did this happen? Like, you know, like, I was really, really anxious, nervous, and I remember my mind shut off. And that's when I fell in love with running, and I knew that I was going to be someone great at running. And my freshman year, my PR was 17:22, but then I got pretty arrogant and cocky, and the rest of my season went pretty bad. But you know, I matured as I grew up in the sport, and as I'm continuing to love the sport, it's gone through a lot of like struggles with me, as I'll mention through my running career and my personal life as I go on through this channel. But running has been always there for me, and I just want to get back to the sport and use something positive with it. You know, like, I want to be able to represent the Valley in the Olympic trials at least, and maybe one day a world stage, you know. So that'd be awesome. And I was very blessed with, you know, good running genes. I just didn't utilize them well, and I fell into like pretty harsh things. Like, you know, I was abusing substances for a while, and it affected my college career. I didn't do it so much in high school. I was just more depressed, and going through a lot of like personal issues. But in college, yeah, that's when I would use substances after my freshman year. So let's continue this run. Alright, so currently I'm at 3.48. I don't know if you can see that, but so to give some insight about why I like running is because, like I mentioned before, it's done so much for me in the sport, and it's kind of weird to say, but it's been there for definitely more than like friends and family have been, because it just allows me, it's been like a therapy for me in a sense, but being able to turn my aspirations into potentially a reality, like realistic reality, which is why I want to be able to qualify for at least the Olympic trials. It'd be really sick, and I feel like with the support that I have with like my friends and family now, that I have a better relationship with them, and people I've met through running, like when I went training in Flagstaff, I met a couple pros. One of them I'm really good with, friends with. His name's ChiyoRuns. I ran with him a couple times, and he inspires me, and you know, someone like him really shows that you could put your delusion into reality if you work hard for it, and I know I'll be able to. So that's something I'm very grateful for. And yeah, so right now I'm at 3.48 right now. I have 1.5 left to go. So something I do besides running, a little bit more about myself. I'm obsessed with anime. I love anime so much, so I feel like being a weeb, or an otaku, I'm more of a weeb, just being a part of that community. And just like Noah Lyles, I know he's not a distance runner, but he's a sprinter, so I think it'd be cool to, you know, rep the weebs out here, you know. And on top of that, I'm a gamer. I don't play too many video games, but my closer friends that I went to high school with, they all play video games. So on my free time, I'll either be with my dogs or play video games, or just do something therapeutic for myself. To each their own, but we're here for running content, right? So let's get more back into that. So I just wanted to mention one fun fact about myself, is that I didn't do any sports growing up. I was literally a kid that would just sit inside, watch anime, or play video games all day. And so not having any sports background kind of puts me at a disadvantage, you know, in terms of like running. But I'm very blessed and grateful to be able to do it now, and mature from it too. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there, that if you just work for it, then anything's possible for sure. Alright guys, so as you see, I just finished doing 5 miles, and yeah, thanks for running with me guys. There will be more videos to come. Like I said, this is just an intro of who I am, my goals, my aspirations, and who I want to become. And hopefully this channel develops into something huge, you know, potentially get small sponsorships to help out. I do work full time. I actually work at a running and tennis warehouse in La Quinta, which they just opened up. So yeah, you know, I'm going to be using the discounts over there to get some running shoes, racer shoes. Hopefully work with them to get sponsorship, as you know, obviously I put down times, and you know, I'm a free advertisement if I go to big races, so that'd be cool. But I just want to thank everyone for, you know, clicking on the video, subscribing, potentially liking the video. It helps a lot, means a lot. I just want to grow the community where I'm from, in Coachella Valley, and just be a part of the running world. I want to throw my name out there, you know, have everyone remember me in a positive way. And you know, people make mistakes in their life. I definitely made mistakes in my life. You know, some people have probably a bad rep in my name, but you know, that's okay, because we're all not perfect, and I understand that. But I just want to prove that I'm mature, I'm positive, I'm just a different person overall. And running has helped me mature in many ways, so that's another reason why I love running so much, is because it helps me grow as a person. So thank you guys for watching. Just keep out on the next video, and hopefully you guys can share something. But yeah, thank you for everything you guys done. So thank you. Bye guys.